It's time, it's back, and it's here. OU Hockey on OU Hockey TV returns on a Saturday night to Arctic Edge Ice Arena, where tonight the Sooners wrap up their series with the Alabama Frozen Tide, who've made the long drive up I-20 and 40 here for their final showdown of the year before conference play begins in just a couple of weeks. Alongside Sky Shrek tonight, I'm Caleb Shaw, and OU Hockey TV is proud to be back for our third season on YouTube, third season free streaming for you, and we couldn't be happier to greet you again at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Last night, the Sooners got their first win of the year, 4-1 against the Frozen Tide. And Sky, it was really the Aaron Best show to start things off, but afterwards, some of the new talent here on the Sooners really came to play.
Yeah, Aaron Best started off the game with 2 goals in the first 2 periods there to get Sooners an early lead. But after that, Alabama was able to take a goal back. Luckily, some Sooner freshmen over the course of the second and third periods got some goals. Tristan Davison put one in to get Oklahoma the 4-1 win.
And after that, it was really the show of the goaltending challenge right there. The Sooners bring 2 goalies back this season, Brendan Forden and Grayson Payne, who will start many games. Also, Anthony Lacroix waiting in the wings and always reliable if called upon. This is a team that on the back end may have lost some players, may have lost some of their top scorers, but they are going to be able to bounce back, I believe. And that Oklahoma State team they lost 2 games to, a tough lesson, but a learning experience that head coach Peter Arvanites can help his guys tune up their game with. And last night, we saw that tune-up.
Yeah, some of the freshmen on Oklahoma over the course of the first 2 games have provided big impacts to the Sooner team. We've seen goals from the freshmen, we've seen great defensive plays from the freshmen, and they'll be looking to keep that up tonight.
We'll take a quick break here on OU Hockey TV. Opening ceremonies on the back end of it. Can't wait to keep you with us all the way through the 3 periods here tonight.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Welcome back to Arctic Edge Ice Arena. We are just moments away from puck drop here in Edmond. The Sooners taking the ice just to our left here in the broadcast booth. We want to thank Appliance for Less, family-owned and veteran-owned. For all your appliance needs, go by 2 of their 5 locations in the Metro, Northwest OKC and Norman, and say that all OU hockey friends and family can receive a 10% discount on your appliance needs this weekend only. So get there by Sunday, 8105 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City and 1302 Interstate Drive in Norman. Sky, we're a few moments away from puck drop here, and this is a series that historically has gotten a little chippy as we move through it, but 17 new players on the Frozen Tide this year. This is an experience for them, their first long road trip of the year. We'll see if fatigue sets in and becomes a factor, I think, tonight.
I think that happened with some of the penalties later in last game. We saw a 5-minute major and several penalties for Alabama right towards the end of last game. They were playing 4-on-3 for the last 2 or 3 minutes, so that chippiness came to play towards the end of the game last night, and we'll see if that continues into this game tonight.
Grayson Payne going to get the start in net tonight. Was a reliable backdrop last season and led this team to the postseason alongside Brendan Culbertson-Bond, now playing overseas, and Brendan Forden. One of the few teams to carry 4 goaltenders on their ACHA D1 roster, and it gave you 2 options on both ends of the ice every single day at practice. Coach Arvanitas took a big advantage of that last year and always harped on how good that was for his team.
Yeah, we're expecting Payne to play a good game in goal today and try to back up the 4-1 performance yesterday, and we'll see how that works out.
We'll take a break for the closure of opening ceremonies and be back for puck drop. Saturday night in the big town. It is hockey time in Oklahoma. 4th game of the year, the Sooners searching to even up their record at 500. Currently 1-1-1 on the season. They fell in regulation to Oklahoma State to open their season last Thursday. They fell in overtime to Oklahoma State last Friday night in the Tulsa area over at the Wee Street Ice Center. 2 more games at Arctic Edge here before their first true road trip of the year, which comes up next week, and a chance to make it a 2-1-1 record on the year to get back over 500.
The Sooners are going to definitely look to get that record better tonight and build on their 4-1 win last night. New goalkeeper in goal tonight, like we said, and we'll see if that ends up giving the Sooners the same defensive performance. Alabama had about 26, 27 shots last game. Only one of them ended up in the back of the net, so they'll be looking to replicate that as we get going here tonight.
Pass Shuley to the dot. He'll face off with Spear. And Carson Spear wins it back for Logan Motts, trying to forward it on his backhand. Couldn't do it, and Alabama quickly brings into the offensive zone. There's a low shot forwarded away by Brendan Payne. Or Grayson Payne, rather, excuse me. As it's played back out to the point. There's a big hit right there from Kagan to get this game started. And Alabama forced back out to the neutral zone quickly. They're onside now after tagging back up. Spear gets to it, trying to pull it to his forehand as it rolls back behind Grayson Payne's net. Logan Motts giving chase now. He'll play it back this way, and the Sooners able to escape the zone. Here's Tristan Davidson. He had a goal last night, and Spear will play it opposite corner back behind netminder Perry Jacobs.
Sooners attacking early there, but can't get anything going, and we'll go back to the defense here. Try and move the puck up the ice.
Kagan led the defense in scoring last year, plays it back up our way, where Charlie Blake puts it into Alabama territory. He'll go off for a quick line change, and the Sooners continue back the other way. Monticelli scored his first goal in the final game of the year last season, and then a couple more in it. Finally exploded onto the scene after coming really close a few times towards the back half of the year when he started getting more playing time. Now starting in the front half of the year. This one chipped in. Monticelli on the back end, tried to bring it back to the tape. Wasn't able to get a shot off. Here's one from the point, dockered away.
Huge shot there from Carr. We saw him make some great plays last game. He was in on goal quite a few times, trying to get another early shot there. See if he can take as many shots as he did last time out.
Hagan won along the ice, got patted away. Sooners keep it in the zone now. Monticelli, he lost the handle on it, and it plays back out to center. They'll tag up. And that's something new this year, Sky, is seeing the Sooners defensemen jump up in the rush much more often, being willing to get aggressive and try to put more points on the board. It's in their nature. We saw it last year, but now a consistent part of the game plan.
Yeah, Ryan Carr, Ivan Gutierrez were both on it last game in terms of getting the puck up the ice and creating attacking opportunities.
It's like an offsides call here will be our first whistle of the night. A high pace to start things off.
that it is both teams getting some chances there early. 2 shots for the Sooners, 1 shot for Alabama there in the first 2 minutes.
The faceoff will come right at center ice. And quickly played back into Bama territory. Played back behind the net by Carson Kamen now. And pushed back out to center ice. Now here's Peter Kelly, newly inserted on the top line for the Frozen Tide, as it's worked back behind Payne once again. Fodrell now. Got the one-timer going last night, played one up that got tipped in by Aaron Best for the Sooners' second goal of the game. And now Mike Amala plays it off his stick. It loosely dribbles over to Fodrell, who plays it opposite corner here. Just 2.5 gone in period number 1. The Sooners with the shots on goal total 2-1. Nothing where it counts, as Nate Payne, Aaron Best, and Tristan Glass come back onto the ice, the most experienced forward line for the Sooners. As it's turned over at the blue line, shot in, that one rang the post. It got past Payne's left pad. And it catches iron back out to the corner now. Played at the point, wrapped back out of the zone now. That was Tyler Zent, who last had to piece it for Alabama. Josh McDonald touches up, and we have a hand pass called. That's for the stoppage. And once again, the pace picking up here early on. Just 3 minutes gone, but a lot of action.
Good attacking chances for Alabama there, but nothing came of it. That Sooner defense really clutching up closer to the goal there. Aaron Best playing a good role in getting that puck away.
Glass to the dot, approaching the top 15 all-time in scoring for Oklahoma. Played back over to Logan Motz now. Motz gets it up for Payne, now wearing 48 this year, a number change for him. Right back in the corner where Best can't get a stick to it. McDonald couldn't keep it in the zone, and it's back out to center. Tyler Reiser on his horse. Chases Logan Motz into the zone at V1 speed, and now Payne able to get it back out past the blue line. Here's Best, got it on the tape. He'll walk in, brings it to his forehand, tries to center it out for Glass. He sends it just wide.
2 goals for Best early last game, looking to replicate that magic tonight with the assist. He'll try again here, pass back to Glass, but it's saved.
Another try, that one sent just wide by Charlie Blake, and the Sooners buzzing around the net. It's off the moorings here, and Arctic Edge Pegs showing themselves for the first time here tonight. That was a flurry of chances right out in front of goaltender Perry Jacobs, and he handled it well.
A lot of early shots from the Sooners here, 5 in total as they look to find their first goal.
Spear back to the dot, tries to win it forward, it's contested. Blake tried to soccer style it back to the point for Carr, he wasn't available. And now it'll be played by Kagan. Kagan lost it at the blue line, bounces into the slot. That one's loose and a great save by Payne. Got it with the right pad. Another one comes back up. He holds the rebound, and our head official lost sight of the puck. He'll blow this one dead. It may have still been loose on the side. That may have been a gift for Oklahoma.
Carr lost his stick there, and that was ultimately what helped Alabama get into the zone with one Sooner defender kind of stuck out towards center ice there. Ultimately, nothing came of it, though.
Sooners going to get a full line change on. Bells to the dot, loses it back to the point. Parks Wallace will play it all the way in now. It wraps around the boards. It's a 2-on-2 fight for possession. Back out again where Bells plays it along the glass. He's pinned by 2 Frozen Tide up along the sideboards. Out in the slot, here's a shot that goes well wide, no danger for Payne. It's played back to the point now. Wrapped back out into center ice. Bama's got a tag up. Loose puck though, OU can't handle it for now. Bounce back off the glass. This is an onside play. It never left the zone. And wrap back behind Grayson Payne one more time. This one's loose. Yanked back out of the zone, bounced off the glass again, and this one will bank back out to center as Monticelli plays it into offensive territory. Arvanitas calls for a line change as Monticelli interfered with a bit right below us. You saw it on the right side of your screen. No call this time. They'll say, boys, play on. Into the slot now. A backhand chance patted away by Payne.
Peter Kelly and Joey Petrich were attacking very early for Alabama with a new line change. We'll see if they have the same results.
This one loose out in front. Another chance saved by Payne. Stretches out and grabs the rebound. And the Sooner netminder standing strong early on.
Good push there from Alabama. Multiple attackers getting involved. We saw Baz Shuley, number 16, getting in there as well as they take 6 shots here in the first 5 minutes.
Baz Shuley is a great hockey name.
That it is.
Back to action now, just over 5 minutes past as a wobbler goes just wide of Payne. Fodro, a loose play back out to center ice. Wolf able to get it back out to neutral territory, where it's played all the way around goaltender Perry Jacobs. Jacobs leaves this one for Kamen, who chips it off the glass. Luke Ellis plays one back out to center. Motz is there. Goes across for Fodro, playing some defense here at his own blue line. Chip back in, no risk of icing here. And OU can go for a partial change now.
Mike Amala up pursuing that puck on the front line. We didn't see him on the score sheet last game, but he made a big impact on the attacking end, and he's trying to do so with a big hit there.
Still trying to figure out exactly who this Oklahoma team is this year. If they are a team that wants to score off the rush, a team that wants to forecheck you to death, as Best plays one into the corner. He took a hit to make a play. As now Nate Payne goes 1-on-2 against two tied defensemen. Glass now joins the fray. Trying to poke it loose on his forehand, couldn't do it. Back out to center now. A great play here from Alabama to start what could be a 3-on-2 rush, but they're held up at the blue line. Got to tag up. Now a 3-on-2 develops the other way for Aaron Best. Plays it out for Payne. Payne to Glass, trying to get it to his forehand. Tried to get the shot off, got it late. A really sharp angle, and he wasn't able to play it on goal.
Not the first good attack there for the combo of Glass and Best tonight. They're looking dangerous early.
Payne took another shot up high, able to play it back off, but sliding into the net that time was Will Caputo, I believe. We'll take another look here, see if that's who it was. He's all right, up no worse for wear. And yes, that is who it was. Looks like just got tangled up with Kagan and lost an edge as he came back in. We'll strap on some new Goodyears and be back out to the ice shortly. Already back out there, so. Peter Kelly took the face-off that time for his centerman. Got kicked out of the zone as Motz off the draw, wraps this one in. Tristan Davidson with a full head of steam charging into the corner. It's a six-man fight for possession here, trying to get that puck loose out of the Arctic Edge boards.
Davidson, number 29's got some speed. He's shown it all season. You saw a good example of it right there. Try and go for that puck.
You want to talk about scoring off the rush. That's one of the best sources for it that Oklahoma has. Shown it since he was a freshman. And this year, probably going to play the most minutes he ever has in the Crimson and Cream. Back out to the point now. Bama looking for a friend. He couldn't find one. Was Austin Fink. As he takes a hit from Josh McDonald. McDonald gives him one more for good measure. Play back into the slot now. McDonald's there to clean it up, and he'll evade the zone on his own accord. Tries to play it to Davison. Wasn't there, it's back out for Fink now. Fink takes a hit right below us from Charlie Blake. As Logan Motz head up, looking for Davison. Davison enters the zone. Plays it to his backhand, chips one on, and it'll be kicked back out to the corner.
Davison got a goal in the second period last game, trying to grab his second of the series right there.
Glass able to play back in the zone. Nice play from the younger brother of Tristan. It's Carson Glass into the corner. Plays it to his backhand now. Wraps it back up for Wolf at the point. Wolf walking. His shot on the ice. It's loose out in front. Davison couldn't get to the rebound. Into the corner one more time. Monticelli spins away with it. Tries to find Bauckham. He's pinned to the boards as Monticelli tried to get it soccer style to himself. Not able to. Wolf again on his backhand. Plays it back into the zone now. That one evades Sooner sticks, and it's back out to center ice on an onside play. Still no penalty calls here, but a clean one so far as Monticelli brings it back out to center. A one-man show on this shift as he continues pressuring back into Bama territory. OU gets a line change in the chaos. We'll take you back into their zone now where Mike Amala plays it off his chest at the center ice. Lost his handle. Charging back into opposite territory now is Ellis. Ellis lost it to Fodrell. Fodrell worked it back in, led the Sooners in goals for a large portion of last year. Now takes a hit from three Tide players. It's Carr walking. Carr's shot bounces off the glove of Perry Jackson. There's a penalty on the play, and I believe Oklahoma might be going to the power play for the first time tonight.
Another great shot for Ryan Carr there. He's a defender, but he's been playing like an attacker over the course of these first two games.
Elbowing is the call to Luke Ellis.
That'll get the Sooners on the power play. Power play unit coming on here for the next 2 minutes. You got Davison out there, Wolf and Kagan, along with a couple others. Carson Spear taking the face-off for Oklahoma.
First power play of the game for Oklahoma. It looked good last night. Here's a shot right off the hop from Imala.
Mala tried to sneak that one through, couldn't get it done, and we'll get another face-off here in the attacking zone for Oklahoma. This time it's going to be Wolf lining up to take it.
$11:10 to go. Across for Spear. He's got some space to work with. Shoots one on the net. Patted away. Here's a rebound try that goes just wide from Davison.
Kingston almost found one. Kagan's going to have it up top. Now big shot for Kagan. It's wide of the net.
I think that caught a body out in front as Amala able to work it free once again. Back below the net for Davison. Amala one more time. He'll survey his options and spin away. Plays it in for Wolk. Porter Wolk, a power play goal and against UCO in a game last year. No, he's a dangerous option up high. Here's Davison again. Got Spear. Goes across looking for Amala. Couldn't find him. And the Sooners will reset now. Aaron Best leads his unit back on. Got to wait to tag up here. He's offside, and Davidson didn't make it across in time.
A couple new Sooners coming on. Ryan Carr paying out there as well on the defense.
.108 left on the power play. As we take a look in the penalty box right below us. Sooners win the draw back one more time. And they'll work it into their own zone here. Carr, a back pass for Fodrell, who starts his engine. Fodrell plays it back for Glass now, who backhands one off the boards. That's shot right back out where it came from. And the Sooners will have to tag back up. Payne out of his net to play it.
Grayson Payne, good game early in goal. Saved all 7 shots so far.
Been tested as well. Had a couple loose out in front of him that we showed you earlier. As OU works it back out to center here. Power play time winding down. Just 38 seconds left on it as Best works it in. Best has some space. Best tries to center it out. Took a tumble in the process and nobody was home for a shot. Played back out now. A short-handed opportunity played off the pad of Grayson Payne. Joey Petrick was breaking in. You've said he's been dangerous tonight one more time. And now loose out in front. Payne got a piece of it off the glass.
Now 3 different saves there for Grayson Payne before it ends up back on the stick of a Sooner. And now Ryan Carr is going to pass it up and try to get it back out here.
Power play time winding down. Bockham shot one, patted away. Now Glass chases it into the corner. Back and forth we go here. 10 and some change into period number 1. Power play time is over. Ellis back out of the box for the 5-on-5 play now. Here's Glass out for Monticelli. Poked away. Ellis giving chase.
We do it taken back by Mutz there and then flung into the other end.
Let's take a look at that sequence where it got turned over right in front of Grayson Payne. It'll be 9:01 as we get back going. Face-off comes to center ice.
Going to be Bells taking it for Oklahoma. Tie up in the middle. Oklahoma gets it, and it's going to be Monticelli up on the right wing.
Monticelli's shot goes just high as Bells giving chase now. Lost the handle. Arnold now will bring it out, plays it up to center ice. And the Tide have an onside play there into OU territory. Monticelli tried to steal one away at the blue line. McDonald there knocks the stick away. I believe that was Garrett Connor. Motts again plays it back out to center. He's onside, works his way in, tried to drag it around a tight defender and got stood up for it. Max Owens lays the boom. 8:20 to go now in period number 1.
Brendan Wolf out on defense. Saw some great contributions from him in the Friday game against Alabama that he'll look to replicate tonight. Sooners got the puck back here. They'll try to send it up the ice. Alabama trying to take it away. That's number 23 right there. 33, excuse me, Parks Wallace.
Wallace lost that one up in the netting. No shots on goal in that previous sequence, but the rush attack from Alabama looks much different than it has in previous years, and likely to the benefit of 17 freshmen on your roster that joined the team this year, that you'll have some new looks offensively. Back to the draw now. Spear wins it back. Pushed around by Amala and back up to the point now. This one forwarded across for Fink. Fink couldn't play it, and now Tristan Davison is loose. He's one-on-one into the offensive zone. Davidson to his backhand, drops one for a shot that didn't go any Didn't really go anywhere. Jeremy Blake couldn't get all of that one. He fanned on it. Spear now plays it off his backhand out to center ice, where Alabama takes possession. This is Kelly working his way into the zone. Kelly spins to his forehand, centers one out in front. A tie up there negated any shot opportunity. And it's played back into the corner one more time.
Peter Kelly's been dangerous. Quite a few shots from him on goal early on in this game. Good save there by Payne.
Payne pads another one away, keeps that save percentage up at 1,000, and we have a stoppage here. I don't know if we're going to get a penalty call. I don't believe we are. Perhaps just a hand pass late in the play. Shots on goal, 12-10 now after the most recent one bounces off the right pad of Grayson Payne. Here's one right off the draw that bounced up near the OU bench. It'll stay in play. Ellis plays it back in for Carr. He wraps that one around, looking for Amala. Able to work it free now and plays it off the boards. That one somehow stayed onside. As back behind the play, I believe that was Logan Motts, but delivered a cross-check, got away with it. Here's Kagan in his own territory. Chips it out of his own slot, out of danger for Carr. Now works it to his forehand. He's away. A 3-on-2 developing for the Sooners now. He's got Porter Wolf. Now Amala the trailer. Amala tried to play it out in front for a shot from Fodrell that got patted away by Perry Jacobs. His best save of the night. Here's Fodrell again. Jacobs got it. Rebound is there. Amala couldn't bury it, and it's still loose behind the net. Another great save from Jacobs, topping his own best right after. Bama back out to center. A partial 2-on-1 and a break opportunity for Tyler Zent. It chipped just over his stick. He was home free. Back out to the point now. On the ice, deflected away by Fodrell. That was a shot from Parks Wallace. Now a sharp angle one, patted away by Payne. Carr back behind the net now for Kagan. He'll wrap it around looking for Fodrell. It goes past his stick now, held in by Capon.
That was the best chance of the game for the Sooners there about a minute ago, but it was a great save from Jacobs to keep that out. Now a little bit of pressure being put on here by Alabama, but Imala is trying to get it turned away as the Sooners make a line change, and Imala goes down hard.
Imala, yeah, took a pretty big spill there. A penalty will be upcoming. The shot came from Fodrell, and then the chaos right afterwards is Imala just got tied up there. What a play by Austin Fink to keep his stick off the ice in a spot where Imala couldn't bury that one. But as it stands, the Sooners back to the power play for the second time as Tyler Zent heads to the box.
See if the Sooner power play unit can have more success this time. They got some good chances in on goal during the last one, but ultimately were not able to find a goal. With Zent in the penalty box, this might be a good chance here. Carson Spear, Kristen Davidson in the power play unit try to get something done.
Second power play chance for Oklahoma in the period. One back and wrapped around. Imala waits for it at the point as that fourth forward on the power play unit. Davison now got tied up, couldn't get his stick to it, and it's cleared back away. A wrinkle that Coach Arvanites likes on his power play unit, keeping that fourth forward up at the point. Oftentimes maybe the tip or the point of that umbrella.
Alex Kagan's going to play it up, and the Sooners are going to try to move through Carson Spear here, who's got it down on that right side.
Nice
passes
play.
Back.
Plays it back for Wolf. Here's Spear. A nice feed back to the point for Kagan. He walks and feeds it to Imala. Kagan again. Kagan walks. His shot deflected. Got into the skates of Davison. He didn't see it. Davison again takes a spill. Tried to play it back and got away with a trip. Nope, that one did get called. The backside officials saw it. And we will be heading to 4-on-4 action for a minute and 14.
Davison going to join Zent in the penalty box. It'll be 1:17 of 4-on-4, and then 43 seconds on the power play for Alabama on the back end of that. Still scoreless here. 5 minutes to go in the first period. Good chances for both teams. 14 shots for the Sooners, 11 for Alabama. None ultimately successful. Once again, 5 minutes left in the first.
Open ice, back to action here as Best back behind his own net. Watches it come back out into the slot. This one played along the ice. Payne able to seal the post. Now a wrap opportunity, scores! Alabama on top first.
Goal put in by number 19, Garrett Connor. You'll see it on the wraparound here. Payne made a great save, but got caught out on that right side of the net, and they were able to bring it back around for the 1-0 lead here, 15 minutes in.
Penalty situation will remain as it is. We'll stay at 4-on-4 for another minute and some change. 4:54 remaining here in period number 1 as the Sooners win the draw back, trailing for the first time in this series with just under 5 to go in period 1. This one played across where Imala with a head up plays in the middle of the 4 tied defenders, now plays to the near side. This one wrapped around Imala, giving chase, lets this one go back for Wolf at the point. Tried to play it along the boards, nobody home. Tied on the breakout now. Wolf shuts that down at the red line as Fodrell backhands one in. This is onside. Here's Imala. Mike Imala back behind the net. He'll stop on a dime and play it back to the point on his backhand. Wolf now looking on the ice for a one-time opportunity. Imala charging to the back door, wasn't available, and the Tide clear this one back out to center. 20 seconds remaining on the penalty to Alabama as this shot goes just high of Payne. Will Caputo walking back in, his second near miss of the night. Bama keeps it in the zone. Driving into the slot now. A chip shot goes off the side of the goal. Trevor Reiser that time. Now back out to the point. Think shot clubbed out of the air by Payne, and he'll hang on for a wise stoppage.
3 good chances for Alabama there, bringing back even in shots. Ultimately, none of them able to go in. That's not the first good opportunity out of Will Caputo tonight. The defenseman has been huge on the attacking end for Alabama early on in this game.
42 seconds of Alabama penalty as we take a look at Davison in the box. 3:45 left here in period number 1. The clock continues to roll here through that Alabama power play. Their first of the game. 5-on-4 now as they continue to lead 1-0 here at Arctic Edge.
Ryan Carr trying to get the stop as Peter Kelly tries to move it up the ice.
And the Sooners are going to be down 5-on-3 now. A trip on the back end is going to put the Sooners down another man.
Find out who this is on, but this will put them 5-on-3 here. For the next 15 seconds, 5-on-3 action for Alabama after a tripping penalty for number 16 on the Sooners, Carson Spear. It'll be 5-on-4 after that. It looks like the Sooners are going to send out Tristan Glass, Josh McDonald there as well to try and kill this penalty along with Logan Motts.
Spear and Davison in the box. 15 seconds of 5-on-3, and Bama can carry this power play in its entirety to about the 1-minute mark in the period. Josh McDonald had to take that face-off as a defenseman. He won it back to Tristan Glass, who clears it down, and the Sooners, as it stands, have killed off the first part of that power play. Take a look at Davison as he prepares to exit the box. There he goes. Back out into Oklahoma territory now. 5-on-4 action for 1 minute and 38 seconds. So Oklahoma continues to work this one, trying to get it back out of their zone. It's wrapped back around for Lewis. Lewis looking back to the point now. Cross towards the blue line and played across to the sideboards. This shot on the ice. Rebound is there. That one shot off the post. Lewis had it, and the rebound goes just wide. Glass has it now. 2-on-3 back out of the zone. Glass needs to get off for a change here. Some tired Sooners, and we have another penalty behind the play here. See if we can keep an eye on it or see exactly what happened.
Going to be slashing on Alabama number 21, Tyler Zent. That will bring it back to a 4-on-4. That's Zent's second penalty of the first period here. Not a great start to this game for Tyler Zent.
Four-on-4 hockey for 1:11 with 2:35 to go, and a great opportunity for Oklahoma to tie this game on the resulting 5-on-4. They win the faceoff back to Kagan. Kagan across for Carr. Carr walking, shoots one along the ice. Nobody home for a tip. And it's played back out towards the blue line by Dylan Drevny. Kagan now. A saucer pass to Fodrell. They'll play it back in. Across now for Imala. Imala shoots one on the ice that got patted away. They play it back to the point now. Kagan to his forehand. Kagan along the ice. A chip shot. Out bouncing along the ice, and the rebound still available. Played back behind the net by Parks Wallace. Wallace head up here with 30 seconds left on the Oklahoma penalty to Spear. Imala now tried to get it free at center ice. Played back in by Garrett Connor. Connor, his shot swallowed by Grayson Payne, and he'll hang on.
Last goal conceded by the Sooners to give this game the 1-0 lead for Alabama was on a 4-on-4 power play, so the Sooners are looking to do a better job of kind of clearing this off this time. Only 20 seconds left before they're able to get Carson Spear back on the ice, and then it'll be another minute there with that Tyler Zent penalty.
Played back behind the net now for Payne. Now it'll be Mott's playing it on his forehand. He'll look this way for Charlie Blake. Blake enters the zone. Saucer pass across from Motts. Couldn't handle it. Just a bit too hot. And it's played back out to center now. Bama playing back into the offensive zone. This is Parrish playing it off the side of the goal where McDonald chips it back out. And Oklahoma, the penalty is up. The Sooners are back to the power play.
Spear immediately attacking, almost speared that one out of the air there, but it'll go back to Payne, the goalkeeper, and Ryan Carr will try to take it back up.
Carr now. He'll spin away. There's some driftwood in the Oklahoma zone. Not sure if it's a broken stick or just one that got lost, as Blake trying to work it free from the sideboards here. A broken play back out to center, but the Sooners defend it well and prevent an odd man rush for the Tide. Back in now, Davison paws it down. Plays it back out to center for Blake. Blake in the zone onside, able to work his way through two Bama defenders and backhanded around for Carr, jumping up from his defensive spot. Carr lost the handle on it. This one floated way up into the air and played back into OU territory. 1 second left on the power play, 35 in period number one. We're back to full strength here as Bama continues to lead this one 1-0 late in period one. Back out to center ice now. That one missed everybody and should be icing, and it is.
25 seconds left in the period. Good shot totals for both teams. 16 Oklahoma, 17 Alabama, but they're still holding that 1-0 lead. It's been great attacks. I think Alabama has come out a lot hotter than what we saw last game. Oklahoma took an early 2-0 lead yesterday, but Alabama has come out with more attacking prowess. Peter Kelly and Joey Petrus done a great job of leading this line for Alabama. They've got Bash Shuley up at center right now.
Shuley wins it back to the blue line. They'll hold it onside. A hot rod over to the sideboards. Nobody could handle that one, and it bounces all the way behind Payne. Kagan dogging his man into the corner. Let's wrap back around one more time now. Lewis trying to get a piece of it. Carr's pass got deflected up into the air. He'll play it back to himself now. Best enters the zone. Aaron Best tries to drive wide and trucks his man to the ice. That'll do it for period number one. The clock hits zeros. Oklahoma trails at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Alabama leads this one 1-0. Off the backs of the even strength tally. Look at assistant coach Will Zeke, who I had the privilege of getting to call his games way back in the day in 2021, if you want to call that back in the day now. Maybe it is in ACHA terms.
Alabama will end that period with two more shots than the Sooners, but there were some great attacking chances from both teams. I think if Oklahoma wants to get this score even, they're going to need to rely a little more on their forwards, Michael Imala, Carson Spear. We're kind of getting up on the line here, but they're going to need to get some better shots on goal, some better attacks to tie this game up.
Taking a look here at the Alabama goal. We'll give you one more look at it here and slow it down for you. Just take a look at the wrap opportunity. For the first moment there, I thought that the Oklahoma defense had bailed Grayson Payne out, but at the end of the day, it's Alabama 1, Oklahoma 0 here as we conclude period number one in Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Period number two coming up after the break. We'll catch you in just a few moments from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Check out the DJs here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena, keeping us entertained in the intermission with the tunes. Alabama, Oklahoma, 1-0 here. The Tide lead it after 20 minutes here in Edmond. And we'll take a quick look at our first period highlights. Those highlights brought to you by Appliance for Less, family-owned and veteran-owned. For all your appliance needs, you can go by 2 of their 5 locations in the metro in Northwest OKC and Norman, and say that all OU hockey friends and family get a 10% discount on their appliance needs. That's this weekend only, so get there by Sunday night at 8105 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City or 1302 North Interstate Drive in Norman. It was a fast start to the first period, Sky, but throughout it, I think you could feel the ice start to shift Alabama's way until they got that opening goal. OU's offense came quickly and in very intense spurts, but when they didn't have it, Alabama took advantage every time. And like we saw last year, Division I teams in the ACHA, doesn't matter if they're non-conference, doesn't matter if you got a long winning streak against them, they're going to punish mistakes.
Yeah, we saw Alabama do that quite a few times in the first period, getting great attacks. They got multiple shots, often in the same attack. It was really relentless pressure when they were able to break into that offensive end. It was a little bit chippy in the first period. We saw some penalties for both teams. Tyler Zent for Alabama ended up in the box twice in about 10 minutes there. I think both teams will be looking to clean up the penalties here to get more 5-on-5 action in the second period.
Alabama taking the ice once again here as we await the Sooners to come back out for the second period. Continue to work through some more highlights here, and we'll welcome you back to the ice here at Arctic Edge. Sooners and Tide mingling as they come out on opposite ends here for period number 2. Grayson Payne over on the right side of your screen this time. Shots on goal 18-16 in favor of Alabama. 1-0 where it counts. Sooners will be looking to change that total here in period number 2 as we get back to action from Arctic Edge. Caleb Shaw alongside Sky Shrek here tonight, filling in for Christian Markey, our broadcast director. Thanks to him and everybody here in the OU Hockey TV family. Glad to have you alongside for another season here on YouTube. Free to watch, free to enjoy. Not free to contribute, but we appreciate any and all donations. They are tax deductible as OU Hockey is a non-profit. You can help support the student athletes here who pay dues to be on OU Hockey within the organization that is. The ACHA, a non-profit to itself as well. And we are set to get back underway. 20 minutes on the clock. Bama leads at 1-0. It'll be Motts to the dot here as Coach Arbanito shuffles the lines a little bit heading into period number 2. They'll face off against Baz Shuley, and we are back underway. Hockey time in Oklahoma, part 2 of 3 tonight. Josh McDonald chases it back into his own zone where Grayson Payne settles it down. Payne tries to backhand it away. It got chipped at by Lewis, and he keeps it in the zone now. Motts plays it to McDonald, bounces it off the boards, kept in one more time. OU hemmed in early on here as the Bama forecheck gets to work quickly. Bells joins the fray and lays the body into Tyler Zent. Zent able to work it free now. Motts played it back into traffic. It's Lewis. Lewis back up where Baucom able to get it back out for Oklahoma. And Austin Fink turns him over, plays it opposite corner where Payne settles it down again. Thought about playing it along the boards, thinks better of it, and Monticelli lets that one go. Played back out to center now. Baucom with a full head of steam. He chases that one down, negates the potential icing as Bama wins the race no matter what. Or no matter, rather.
Bama's put on some great pressure in the first period. They've taken 18 shots, like we said, but they only took about 25, 26 in the entirety of last game. So the pressure has been there. The adjustments made from yesterday have really paid dividends here early on as Alabama's trying to get another attack going with Parks Wallace.
Charlie Blake wins a battle in the neutral zone, plays it off the mask of Baz Shuley. Played back in and behind Payne now. Kagan. Kagan drops one for Blake now. Charlie Blake walks and shoots one. Shouldered away. Harry Jacobs makes another nice save here as Blake plays it again in the corner. Hands on a shot this time, has it tipped away. And he'll watch Spear now try to play it back in the slot. Nobody home that time. Carried back out of the zone by Angus Arnold. Arnold plays it in. Payne will nab that one, and he'll stop the clock there at 18 minutes. 2 minutes gone in period number 2, and just one shot on goal aside to start things off.
Alabama's shot selection has improved a lot. Over the course of last game, they were taking a lot of shots like that, a lot of very long distance shots. They've done a good job of getting closer to the net here in the first period of this one.
Puck is dropped, and OU wins it back behind their own net. Imala tried to get it out of the zone, got hemmed up, but now does cross the blue line with it, and Alabama has to tag up. Played right below us here in the booth. Wolf gets it back out. Here's Fodrell spinning on away. Tried to find Imala at the blue line. Play is offside, and the Sooners tag back up. A D-to-D pass now as the Tide get it back out. This one, a chance of icing, and it is blown dead there, and will come back into Frozen Tide territory.
Oklahoma looking to get something going with the line change here. You've got Imala out on the ice at forward. Had some big shots this series, but hasn't found the net yet. He's looking to do that here. Fodrell out there as well. Grabbed an assist last game, and they'll look to grab a goal here tonight.
Mentioned it earlier, he led the team in goals through the majority of the season. Has a wicked one-timer from the left side. Here's one along the ice, swallowed as a stick goes way into the air.
Lost stick there for Porter Wolf, went flying. Able to get it back. He'll stay out on the ice here for the faceoff. It's going to be Wolf taking that faceoff here for the Sooners. Lining up opposite will be Baz Shuley for Alabama.
Wolf got better and better throughout the year last season. Finally got on the score sheet in the final half, as Fodrell lost one in the padding for a moment. This is an offside play. The Sooners able to tag up as Wolf plays it along to the sideboards. Fodrell gives chase after this one. Fink plays it off the glass and back towards Oklahoma territory. Broken free by Lewis. As a man breaking free towards the net. Tried to center it out there as Nate Payne back onto the ice. He'll play this one around and out of danger. Wrap back on net. This is loose out in front. It bounced off of Payne. Now Fodrell back out a stretch pass. Tipped in by Wolf. No icing here. And it takes one of those weird Arctic Edge bounces. Alabama able to recover from it quickly and play it back out to Oklahoma territory. This is icing, however. And we'll see if, look in the upper left-hand part of your screen here, as that puck just bounces straight back out when you would expect it to carry along with the boards. It's not much, but there's maybe a quarter to a half-inch piece of the boards there that stick out just enough for a puck at the right angle to ricochet off. Throughout the year, we have always seen at least one or two consequential plays off of that. Here's Motz off the draw. Allows it to come back out to center and backhands it in. Shuley is there now, and Lewis will turn away from traffic, play it back into his own zone. Pressured by Payne, he'll loft it all the way into Oklahoma territory, where the icing is waved off. Sooners got to play it back out of their own volition. This one into Tide territory, and it will be icing. So a frustrating sequence here. Let's take a look at the replay. No contact from anybody else, and we'll see who wins the race to the hash marks. It looked to me like McDonald did, and you be the judge. Puts the faceoff to Grayson Payne's left. Tristan Glass will take it. Payne plays it off the boards, clears it into Alabama territory. No risk of icing here as it rolls in on Jacobs' net, and it goes loose out. Payne not able to take it away. A heady play there by Parks Wallace to take it off the goal stick of Perry Jacobs.
Your chance there for Oklahoma, but it doesn't work out, and Alabama's going to go right back up the ice here. Drive from Max Owens, unsuccessful, and now Aaron Best is going to pass it over to Tristan Glass, and they're going to try to get something going offensively.
Glass backhands it in, Best chasing around. He'll play it to his backhand now and spin away from traffic. This one's back out towards the blue line where McDonald giving pressure. Played back out to center now. Oklahoma's got to tag up. They do, and Best drags it back in. Try to get a backhand pass away. Nobody home. Alex Kagan is there to clean up the loose change, and he'll dump it cross corner as the Sooners get a partial line change. Carson Glass onto the ice now. Played back out off the skate of a Tide defender, and Glass brings it in. His shot along the ice. No danger there. Played away, and Glass recovers his own rebound. Centers it out in front. Bauckham couldn't get it to his forehand. Glass again now to his backhand. He'll trade places back up to the point for Carr. Carr, nice move, plays it to the faceoff dot. He'll shoot one up high, got deflected. Don't know if it caught a piece of Jacobs or not. And it's played back out towards center ice. This one is loose. A partial breakaway develops. Here's Reiser. Reiser walks in. What a save! Grayson Payne says no!
Great job to turn it away there, and the Sooners are going to go right back on attack. You've got Kagan trying to move the puck up the ice. 3-on-3. Huge shot there, but it's gloved by Jacobs.
Grayson Payne's best of the night on Trevor Reiser. Got to the backhand. And keeps it a one-goal game. 14:41 to go in period number 2. Shots on goal now, 22-21 in favor of Oklahoma. They still trail 1-0 where it counts. A wrap opportunity got around Grayson Payne about midway through period number 1. That's the difference in score tonight.
Stoppage there after the puck went way over the glass and into the bench. And we'll get a face-off here.
Was ready for that one to come into the booth.
Missed us by just a little bit there, but it wasn't too far off. Carson Spear will take the face-off for Oklahoma.
Spear wins it on his forehand to Davison. Davison right off the draw and gloved by Jacobs.
Quick chance there for Oklahoma. They've been taking some of those slap shots.
That looked like a set play.
Yeah, yet to get one of them going into the net, though. Carson Spear will go right back out of here.
Jacobs playing a great game in net. Here's Wolf. Wolf walking. A traffic shot out in front. And once again, Perry Jacobs, a seeing eye save. You want to say that traffic in front of him might be the recipe, but there's 5 bodies there and he still tracked it.
It's been a great game for Perry Jacobs. 24 shots from the Sooners. Some great chances, but none have found the net. It's been a real goal-keeping tool here so far. Carson Spear will go right back under center. They've got Wolf and Davison in the same position, so they'll try to do something similar here if Spear can win the faceoff.
Definition of a goaltender's duel so far. The difference, like we mentioned, Payne getting tied up before a wrap opportunity made it home. About 10 minutes in game time ago. Here's Davison trying to get it to his forehand. He will. Wraps it in. A backhand pass looking for Blake wasn't available, and the Tide clean it up. Austin Fink been great back there so far tonight, not letting anything pass. Now he'll join the rush. Play back out to the point now. The Tide keep it onside. They'll play it back to the right-hand side. Here's Spear chasing one. He'll backhand it out towards the point. Held on once again and played to the faceoff dot. Here's one off the post and into the net. Or netting, rather, excuse me.
That shot was a bit high there. Almost looked like it was tipped off the glove there of Glass. Ultimately ended up going high, but it's pretty close to the net when it came past it.
13:44 to go in the second period now as the Sooners hemmed up in their own zone for only the second time really this period. They've played most of it on the other side. Draw comes to Grayson Payne's right and a shot blocked out in front. Never found Payne. Here's Amala right below us. He'll chip it into the offensive zone. Won't give him chase now. Not able to break it free. Leaves it for Fodrell. Fodrell trying to corral a bouncing puck. He will in the corner. Now head up. He turns into the slot. Fodrell tries to get it to his backhand. Not there. Mott's along the ice. Tipped out in front. No dice.
Sooners have been trying to use that cover of all the players in the zone to get some long shots off. Hasn't worked yet so far. Alabama player goes down. Trevor Reiser in the bench is not happy.
The Sooners will be shorthanded here for the 3rd time tonight. Another full power play coming to the Tide, and right there's the trip. Looks like Josh McDonald will be heading to the penalty box.
I believe Josh McDonald picked up the first penalty in yesterday's game against Alabama, so the 2nd time in the box for him this series, and the Sooners will go 4-on-5 with Tristan Glass working the faceoff here.
Glass reliable in the dot, ties this one up, but it works its way back out to the point. Caputo now over to the side. A one-timer goes just wide. Back to the sideboards now. Dug out by the Tide, and Oklahoma able to get it back out to center with Carr. It's loose. Played back on the Oklahoma side of neutral ice and into the offensive zone. Cleaned up by Aaron Best. He'll play it all the way back into Alabama territory. Jacob settles this one down, and he'll leave it for Will Caputo now. First power play unit still out. As Caputo doing it himself, brings it in onside. Played to Lewis now. Lewis to his backhand, back behind the net. He'll take a return feed. Lewis walking, shooting one, deflected into the netting and into Souvenir territory.
Good job there by Kagan to try to stop that shot from going off. Was able to get in the way of a couple Alabama players there in order to force kind of a worse shot than they were looking for and get that puck up over the net as the end result.
McDonald awaiting his chance to rejoin the play. One of the wrinkles of Arctic Edge in a lot of ACHA arenas is the penalty boxes being on the same side of the ice as the benches, something you wouldn't see in the NHL. And it allows players to really quickly get off the ice and get that preferred player back onto whatever line is out there as a puck finds its way into the scorer's booth right below us.
You're talking about one going into the booth earlier. That was pretty close.
Blake Swearingen, Johnny on the spot, gets it back to our head official.
Home on the face-off there for Bells. Wasn't able to win it. And Alabama will send it back behind the keeper to see if they can get anything going there with Austin Fink. And that puck is again near the bench. It'll go out to the Oklahoma end.
So Carson Glass giving chase. One of the Sooners' best defensive forwards is taken down back behind the play. Officials say play on as both players back to their feet now. The Tide now rushing in, and they score! What a goal! Garrett Connor makes it 2-0 Alabama with a dandy out in front.
Alabama's been great on those shots and kind of getting the goalkeeper out of the way and getting themselves a lane to the net. The close range chances have been the ones that have ultimately proved the best for them, as Garrett Connor showed right there to take them a 2-0 lead on that power play.
So the Sooners down a pair now, about halfway through regulation time. And a young bunch that got even younger this year with a lot of new additions, with another big test here at Arctic Edge. Blake off the draw, trying to forward it back into his own zone off of a defensive play at center ice. It works its way back out to neutral territory now. Whereas played by Dylan Steck back opposite corner. Kagan is there. He backhands it around for Carr, and looks like Alabama was hanging out offsides for a bit too long, and the officials blow it dead.
We've seen the Sooners be able to score this year 17 goals across their first 3 games. Excuse me, I'm wrong about that. 14 goals across their first 3 games against OSU and Alabama. So kind of uncharacteristic to see them score this year almost halfway through this game.
And like we mentioned, it's a time where the team needs to find their identity, where a couple of years ago they were a very puck possession heavy team, a team that wanted to control the entire game and beat you 1-0, 2-1. Last year, a much more exciting to watch offensive team. So things always ever changing and moving here, as Coach Arvania says he doesn't want to have a top line, a top 6. He wants to be able to roll all 4 forward lines consistently, and it's going to take cohesion in the system.
Alabama's cohesion's a lot better today. I mean, they've already taken as many shots this game as they did all of last game, and we're not even halfway through yet.
So some film time in the hotel, apparently. As here's Spear, tried to get a wrap shot off. He fanned on it. It's still loose in the slot. Sooners fighting for it. Spear patted away by Jacobs. Here's Carr now. Carr along the ice. Tipped in front by Davis, and it goes wide. Had the right idea as Carr puts it back into the corner. Glass is there. Davison leaves it for Spear. Now Davison's shot, blockered away. Carson Spear again.
Carr's kind of up top here. He loves to take those shots when he can get them. We've seen a couple this game already.
As play blown dead there after Alex Kagan lets one go. That was seen all the way by Jacobs, and the Carr's been creative up top, and it's going to be through plays like that if the Sooners get back into this game, I think. You're going to need to find a way to break through Alabama's defense that tonight has been stellar in front of Jacobs, and when he's been tested, he's been just as stellar.
Yeah, Ryan Carr has done huge things as a freshman here for Oklahoma. On the face-off there, it's Wolk. Motts bats it down. We'll see what the Sooners can do.
No hand pass there. He got a piece of it, but it's put back out into neutral ice and chased down. Alabama, this one on to Payne, able to play it back off to the side. That was Shuey's shot. This one gets on top of the stanchion for a moment. Wolk able to play it away. Now Fodrell. Fodrell, a one-toucher. This one goes off the skate of Imala. No risk of icing as it dies on its way into Alabama territory. Played on the way in now. Mott's giving chase. It was played by Max Owens to the near sideboards. And wrap back out to center. Fodrell takes possession. On the backhand over to McDonald now. A penalized player from the most recent power play goal. Here's Amala. First one there. Plays it back behind the net, but no friends there in white. Alabama gets it back out to neutral ice one more time. Mott takes a spill. Another break opportunity. This one sent just wide. Tyler Zent. Luke Ellis now behind his own net. Here's Fodrell. Held in the zone up top by Max Owens. And wrap back from McDonald. Owens again. This one skips over his stick. And Austin Fink will play it at center ice. Another opposite corner dump here. Payne comes out to settle it. Leaves it for Motts. Motts ahead to Fodrell now. Fodrell, a headhunter that missed Mike Amala. It'll skitter into Alabama territory. No icing here. Sooners get a line change. Payne lets this one go by him. Tristan Glass has his stick evaded by the charging Will Caputo. Caputo works his way into the zone, plays it back towards the point now. A skipping puck out in front of Grayson Payne. He'll wisely melt this one down.
Alabama feels like they're really taking the momentum here in the second period. They've got the Sooners a little off kilter. They've been getting a much greater kind of strength of opportunity than Oklahoma has. Oklahoma's getting the shots, but Alabama's defense has been stingy. It's kept them away from right up on the goal. In contrast, both of Alabama's goals here coming just from inches away. If the Sooners want to get 2 goals to get back into this game, they're going to need to get a little closer to that net on their opportunities. And we're going to have a power play here because they have sent McDonald into the penalty box.
Oh, McDonald behind the play, penalized for the second time this period. And you are right, another 2-minute power play for Alabama. Sooners win the draw back as Fink fights for it, works it free. Now Best. Aaron Best, his head up, starts his engine, and he'll carry it back out to center before dumping it on down to waste some time. 8:56 to go in period 2 as the Tide start their rush once again. Trevor Reiser nearly scored earlier. Now he'll work his way through traffic. A great pass across, but it ends up in the skates of his target, Peter Kelly.
That was a great chance for Alabama. Great job by Reiser to work his way through about 3 Sooners there. Good pass to find him, but the shot ultimately not meant for the goal.
Once again, Reiser starts his engine. Full head of steam back in the zone, now slows up and charges into the corner. Backhand one that Wolf able to get a piece of. Plays it to the sideboards now, where Josh Bells gets it out to center. Bells chasing after. Caputo drops it one more time for Ben Shuley. Shuley, he'll charge into the zone onside. Carson Glass chases it into the corner now. Glass will get it out of the zone with 54 seconds left on the power play, and the Sooners can get their next penalty kill unit out onto the ice. Spear, Motts. Charlie Blake leading this one back out. Come to the near side now. That one tipped over to the far side of the ice. Spear is there. He'll try to chip one ahead. Blake couldn't work his way through 2 defenders. He'll apply some pressure on the forecheck now. Turned over in the defensive zone. Spear chasing after it. Not able to find a loose puck. And Tyler Zent brings it back out to center. Up into the air now. Blake couldn't clear the zone. Caught in the skates of 2 Tide players. And back into the corner now, Carr. Carr makes a nice move around before checking Shuley, and now has to spin away from traffic. Lost back behind his own net and played off the post. Rebound there, and it goes just wide. A turnover in deep, nearly disastrous.
Sooners were trying to get the puck out there for a little while, couldn't get it done. Now they're finally able to get that thing out to Perry Jacobs. And Alabama will take it behind the goal as a line change occurs for both teams. Monticelli now out on the ice for the Sooners as the power play is over.
Couple of hits thrown behind the play. Officials say play on for now as Monticelli enters onside. He's got some space. He shoots one that was swallowed. As a collision in front of the net, Jacobs goes down. He looks to be okay, and he is, but tempers overflowing at Arctic Edge as 7 or 8 players come together behind the net.
Looked like that might have been Joshua Bells with the contact there to the goalkeeper. Just took them both down to the ice.
It's like he tried to slow up, but Jacobs took a sharp angle to that save, and we can assume a lack of intent, but I don't think if you're wearing crimson here tonight that you really care about intent in that moment. Your goalkeeper having a stud performance got run into, and with 26:49 left in regulation time tonight. Promise it's not the first we'll see of some tempers here in Edmond.
Whole new lineout for for Alabama for this face-off.
Oh, Reiser got kicked out of the face-off dot, but he takes it immediately, plays it across, carried into the zone by Connor now. Most recent goal scorer for Alabama. As Bells throws a hit behind the play. A stretch pass out to center ice, evades Bells. He'll come back to it now and carry it in on his backhand. Takes a spill at the blue line. This one gets past Carr, and he's going to get called for interference here. He tried to play the body at the blue line, and we'll be able to see it here on our replay. Right here at the blue line, puck gets chipped past him, and too much contact.
Ref's going to report it to the scores, and that will go up on the board. 2-minute penalty for Ryan Carr, and the Alabama will be back on the power play here. 4-on-5 once again for Oklahoma.
We mentioned in the first period that it was a clean game and not many penalties called in the opening frame, but now the floodgates have opened and the Tide are back to the power play. The third time this period. They scored on one of them.
Alabama did a good job of cleaning up their penalties after the first period. Oklahoma, not so much, has had 3 here, like you said.
Got a mess to clean up here now. Down 2 and with 6:14 left in the period. Got to kill this one off. We want to get back to offense before the break. Here's Wolf. Wolf fanned on it, trying to clear the zone. Now he will. And it skitters back into Bama territory. Jacobs will play it off the blocker. And it's worked back to Trevor Reiser now. Reiser from his own territory. Reaches top speed over the blue line now. He'll cut around. Lost the handle for the moment and plays it back to the blue line now. Wallace is there. Wallace feeds it in deeper. Play to the sideboards. Now he takes a return feed. Interrupted by Wolk, and Wolk clears the zone. Oklahoma can get a line change now with 1:11 left in the man advantage.
Interesting glass. McDonald, Mott's coming out on the ice here for Oklahoma. Payne's going to go out there as well, and they'll try to defend here as we have Reiser coming up the ice for Alabama. Great speed out of him like he's had all night.
He's a high motor, to put it lightly. As the Sooners clear it again off the stick of Tristan Glass. Played back in, Will Caputo now will carry it back out. On his backhand, he'll drop it for Shuley. Shuley lost the handle, Glass giving chase now. In a foot race with Arnold. Arnold wins this one, plays it back around the boards. 30 seconds left on the power play. About 4:50 left in period number 2. Drop back into the OU zone. That shot got deflected. No danger for Payne as McDonald tries to clear it back out, and he will. It's back over the blue line, and Payne and McDonald now try to squeeze off that play at the blue line. It makes its way back behind Payne again. Here's Motts. Motts spins away from pressure here. The Sooners coming back to full strength. He clears it down the ice. No icing here. And Carr back out of the box. Sooners to full strength. And they'll get a partial line change here as 3 new forwards come onto the ice to apply pressure on the forecheck. Here's Spear giving chase. Back behind the net. He forces a near turnover. And it's wrapped back around to the blue line here. McDonald holds it in. McDonald's shot goes wide. And the Sooners chase it back to the sideboards now. Motts breaks it free. Here's Davidson. Davidson's shot blocked. A stinger right at the faceoff dot. Davidson works it free again. He's tripped up, and the Sooners are going to go to the power play now.
First penalty for Alabama this period. Get a replay on that right now, and you can see him get tripped up here.
Comes around the faceoff dot and just got hooked up by, I believe, Angus Arnold. And yes, it will be Arnold who heads to the penalty box.
They're going to put Will Caputo in there, number 27.
Oh, excuse me.
Sooners haven't converted on a power play so far. They're going to try to do it right here. Best is trying to wriggle the puck out. Got it behind the net, looking for an opportunity, maybe finding Fodrell out there on the side.
Here's one brought in by Glass, and he chipped it just high, looking to go opposite corner with it. Now Carr brings it back to the blue line, makes a nice move around traffic, now shoots one blocked. Payne has to drop back for this one as the Tide clear it back down. And 1:35 left. Payne played it off his stick. This one into the corner, centered out in front. A short-handed chance developing for the Tide now as it's played out to Nate Payne. Payne behind his own net, settles the puck down and leaves it for Jackson Fodrell.
Carr's a playmaker on that back line. He might need to make some plays to get Oklahoma back into it. We'll see him right here.
Here's
Tries to
Carr.
get the move going.
Drops it for Fodrell. Fodrell trying to work it free. He will. Fodrell, a one-man show, brings it to the forehand and spins away from traffic. They'll dump it back into the corner now for Glass to give chase. This one cleared back to the blue line, and it's out of OU territory. And that rush dies there as Payne settles it down for Fodrell. A new power play unit comes back onto the ice now. Wolk settles this one down. Got Davidson breaking towards the net, but a bouncing puck evades Sooner sticks, and it comes back out to center ice. This one carried in shorthanded by the Tide. It's Connor again. He'll wrap behind the net. Breaks away from Kagan, now pinned to the boards by 3 Sooners.
Spear's going to get it out. He was the one who just missed the puck on that chance last time. He'll try to get something going this time with a dump pass down to Fodrell.
Kagan needed a stick. Gets one from the bench now, and he'll rejoin the play. Power play still ongoing for Oklahoma. 21 seconds remaining on it as Kagan plays it across for Amala. Good reception. Plays it in front. Tipped just wide by Davison.
One of the better chances they've had this game.
Across Amala again. Couldn't settle that one down. He'll backhand it into the corner. Davison is there. Out for Wolk. Wolk walking along the face-off circle. Power play time running out now. Back behind the net. Davison in front for Wolk. Wasn't there. Kagan's shot goes just wide, and it plays high into the sideboards now along the glass. Davidson out for Wolk here. Tide looking to get a whistle and get this line off the ice as Spear provides pressure in the corner. Sooners get some new attackers on. Here's Davison pinned to the glass. Able to work it free, looking for Spear. And it's played back to the blue line. Kagan, good hand-eye, plays it down with a glove. To the near side now. Bauckham tries to hold it in, but it's played back out to center ice. And the Sooners now give chase, brought back into the zone. And they're ruled offside at the line. So things will slow down, and Alabama finally gets those players off the ice with just over a minute to go in the period. We'll see where they were offside here.
Jacobs lost his stick at one point during that attack for Oklahoma. They weren't able to take advantage, and Alabama was able to kind of kick it back towards him before Oklahoma was able to get the chance going.
Best they've looked in a while since the most recent Bama goal, that would be. As Payne gets some instruction and delivers the driftwood to the near side linesman. Glass off the draw, lets Monticelli dump it in. Perry Jacobs will settle it down for a Tide teammate and play it back to the near side. A nice move at center ice from Shuley now. He started this game at center ice and plays it across for Ellis. Ellis lost that one up in the netting, and we'll get another stoppage here with 1:05 to go in period 2. The Tide now, 26 shots on goal to the Sooners 31. They've been testing Jacobs, not able to break through what has been a brick wall inside the Alabama crease tonight.
It has been an amazing game for Jacobs. 31 shots at him, 31 shots saved. Some of the best chances Oklahoma had all game there in that last attack, but they weren't able to get it done. And now Alabama's got a chance at the other end with Reiser in the face-off circle here.
False start on both sides, but they will drop the puck after a little bit of words from the near side official. Here's Charlie Blake, plays it across for Spear. Carson Spear into the zone, evades a Tide defender and plays it into the corner. He'll chip it on past Max Owens and play it back to the blue line. Sooners barely keep that one onside. It's a bouncing puck and broken loose by the Tide for a 3-on-2 rush the other way. Drop for Petrick. That one couldn't get the shot off, and the Sooners the other way have an odd man rush. Here's Davison, a partial 3-on-1. Here's Tristan Davison, walks, looking across for Blake. The pass is interrupted. Spear now at center ice. He'll work it back in the zone. It's an onside play for Davison. Davison out in front and put just wide by Carson Spear. Spear again. Tries to get it to his forehand. Nobody home as Davison chases it into the corner. More Sooner pressure now. Davison tried to bank one home off of Jacobs, and the Tide able to get this one back out. Spear is in some discomfort, able to get back to the bench under his own power, but we'll keep an eye on him as the Sooners get a new forward back out. 3 seconds to go in the period, and that furious rush to end it ends up for naught. The Sooners are down 2-0 heading into the break here against Alabama.
2 or 3 great chances on that attack, ultimately none able to find the back of the net as Jacobs continues his domination of the Oklahoma attack today. Like I said, we will go 2-0 into the second intermission. The Sooners, after scoring 4 goals last game, are getting shut out at this point right now.
We'll rejoin you soon here on OU Hockey TV. 2-0 tied as we work our way through 40 minutes. Oklahoma trying to get back to 500. We'll meet you back here in just a few on OU Hockey TV.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Welcome back to Arctic Edge. Just a few minutes left here in the second intermission. We'll take a look at some of our second period highlights. Those brought to you by Appliance for Less, family owned and veteran owned. You can find all your appliance needs at 2 of their 5 locations in the OKC Metro in Northwest Oklahoma City and Norman. Tell them that all OU hockey friends and family get a 10% discount on your appliance needs this weekend only at 8105 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City or 1302 North Interstate Drive in Norman. Sky, it was this goal that was the difference in period number 2. Came on the power play, a pair of Josh McDonald penalties, and they score on this one. And like you mentioned towards the end of the period, all the Alabama offense coming right in front of Grayson Payne. He's not struggling to see shots, but the pressure is coming so close up that there's not much he can do about it.
Alabama's done a great job of getting to the net and getting those challenges. Also, both of those goals for Alabama have come with the Sooners with only 4 men on the ice. It was 5-on-4 power play right there. The first goal in the first period was scored in a 4-on-4 situation.
So taking advantage of open ice.
Yeah, the Sooners have been getting some penalties here, and that's really been hurting them over the course of this game. They need to clean it up. They had about 3 in that second period, and they'll look to have hopefully none if they want to get back in this game.
They're on pace for the shots on goal total that head coach Peter Arvanitas targets, that 30 to 40 mark. They're at 32 heading into here, but they haven't cracked the brick wall that is Perry Jacobs. He didn't get the start last night. He's a freshman, and he's playing lights out tonight in what is his first start here in Oklahoma from Reno, Nevada. And talk about Nevada here in the college hockey scene. UNLV, the defending champions. We're going to see them later on this year here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. We hope to have you here for it, and for a Sooners team that is, I think they're having a test tonight. That will be their biggest test of the season coming up in just a few short months in mid-January. Circled on our calendars, hope it's circled on yours, but back to the task at hand. The Tide back to the ice, and the Sooners likewise on their side. Oklahoma attacking from left to right this period on your screen, and we're just moments away from getting back underway.
Oklahoma with the 32 shots, Alabama with 24. They kind of slowed down a bit. In the second half of that second period, Oklahoma was able to swing some of the momentum back their way, but the penalties, the power plays, helped Alabama to get that goal and ultimately keep the Sooners out of the net despite their best efforts.
Sooner football had a big win today. They came back late in that one, able to hold off Jackson Arnold and the Auburn Tigers. We'll see if Oklahoma can likewise come back against a team from Alabama here in period number 3 of tonight's match at Arctic Edge. 20 minutes on the clock. We're ready for the third period. I got to speak to strength and conditioning coach Alan Glass during the second intermission, and he said it's all about cohesion here for this young team. If they can play together and maybe turn that nervousness down one more notch. Played back behind netminder Perry Jacobs here to get things started. The Tide will work it back out of the zone with Tyler Zent. It escapes Josh McDonald, and it's all the way back to Grayson Payne. Payne plays it off of the sideboards. It's left for Bells, who can't get it into the zone. Back for Motts now. His pass unattainable for McDonald, and the Tide break back in. This is an onside play, cleaned up by Bells, and he'll play it across now for Payne. Another new line here. Payne, Monticelli, and Bells out for Coach Arvanitas. As Josh McDonald plays it up off the glass, no chance of icing here as it works its way back behind Jacobs again. Glass applying pressure on the forecheck as Amala joins the ice. He'll work it free into the corner. Mike Amala now tries to bring it to his forehand. That's one chipped up into the air now for Glass. Glass back to the point now, Carr. Carr, that one tipped up, evades everybody, and Amala gives chase. Amala back to the point now, Kagan. Kagan wraps one around the boards now. Carr applying pressure. He'll wrap it one more time, and Mala plays it back behind the net looking for Glass. Glass couldn't find this one. Now a big hit thrown in the corner. Here's Kagan. Kagan keeps it onside, but barely. Carr walking. Carr shot high. Kagan again tried to keep it onside. This one played near the blue line, back out to center, and loose. We're going to get a whistle to stop things there. Our first stoppage comes 90 seconds in after a flurry of Oklahoma chances.
They were able to get it into the attacking zone and keep it there, but they weren't really able to find any shots on net there. A lot of shots wide of the net, high of the net, unsuccessful. As they try to claw their way back into this game here, it'll be Wolk on the face-off.
18:30 left in regulation time. Sooners need a pair after Alabama scores one in the first and the second period. Like you mentioned, Sky, both of them coming while the Sooners were down a man, one on the power play, one 4-on-4, but after a great special teams performance last night, the Sooners getting it sent right back at them tonight.
And another face-off here. Wolk is going to take it once again against Peter Kelly from Alabama. Kelly's been one of their main attackers today, but Oklahoma ends up winning that face-off, and Davison is trying to get it down the ice.
Got stopped up there with 18:15 to go in period 3.
Might be getting a penalty here, we'll see. That is going to be number 9, Joey Petritz for Alabama. 2 minutes for tripping, and we will go on an Oklahoma power play here. 2 minutes. Going to have Tristan Glass out there taking the face-off here. 5-on-4 for the Sooners. Back to Carr. What can they do?
Carr goes across for Fodrell, who shoots one just high. Payne chasing one around. Comes to the near side now. 15 seconds gone on the man advantage for Oklahoma. With 17:50 left here in period 3. Comes across for Payne. He'll calmly settle it down, play it across for Fodrell. Fodrell looking for Best back behind the net. It evades him and plays to Carr. Carr on his backhand out in front. A loose puck. Glass couldn't stuff it home. Tries to work it free one more time. 4 Sooners on this side of the ice as Payne tries to keep it in the zone. He will. Glass back in the zone again. Carr dives in deep. Leaves it for Aaron Best. Best had a pair last night. Sooners got to get one on the net. There's Payne firing on. It goes wide. Fodrell cleans up the loose change. Loses control back behind the net. Alabama quick to the puck now. Fodrell scoops it up one more time. Fodrell turns to his forehand. Tried to get a shot away. Got tied up. And Alabama able to clear this one into their own bench, which will stop the clock here.
1 minute gone in this power play, and the Sooners are yet to find a shot on net. They had a good chance there from Payne, but it ultimately went wide. Alabama's defense, even shorthanded, is doing a great job of stifling the Sooners right now.
17:13 to go in period 3. This one back to Kagan. Kagan played across now. Takes a return feed and feeds it into Alabama territory. And this one,
puck put out of play there by Austin Fink. Him and Ben Wilcoxon have been the Alabama defenders right now for this penalty kill. They've been doing a pretty good job on it. We get a face-off in the Oklahoma end. It'll be Carson Spear taking it up against Dylan Drevny.
Just over 17 minutes left and under a minute to go on the man advantage as Kagan takes it off the draw. He walks the line looking for a tip out in front, and it deflects high into the netting.
Looked like that was off the stick there of Tristan Davison for the Sooners. High over the net. Oklahoma still yet to find that goal with any of these shots. They're getting a lot of pucks in, but they're all being flung wide. We've seen a couple into the netting now, a couple into the glass. None really challenging Perry Jacobs on this power play.
It'll be Spear to take the draw. Freshman the Sooners are very high on as it comes back to the blue line for Kagan. Kagan across. Imala settles it down, now back to Kagan again. Kagan shot deflects into the glass. Loose back behind the net now for Fink. Austin Fink out in front just off the pad of Jacobs. That was Wolk who got the shot off, and we have a holding call behind the play. I believe the Sooners are now going to go down a man.
Back to 4-on-4 for Oklahoma for the next 23 seconds, and then they will be on the power, or they will be shorthanded there with Alabama on the power play. We'll hear who this is on from the refs. They've got Tristan Davison in the penalty bin right now. So that will be on number 29, Tristan Davison. 2 minutes for him. 16:30 left in this game. 4-on-4 for the next 23 seconds. When that's up, Alabama will get Joey Petritz, the attacker, back on the ice, and we will go on the Alabama power play.
Fought off by Best off the draw, and the Sooners will drive it back out 2-on-2. Best slows his roll into the zone, got defended by Austin Fink, and it's played back to the point. McDonald shoots one, tip just wide. Best now Back behind the net, he'll circle the wagon. Back out McDonald again. McDonald on the net, tipped out. Best is there. Best shoots it. He fanned. And Bama back to full strength now. They're on the power play for 1:33. A quick shot onto Payne. He swallows it, his first challenge at the third period. And the Sooner netminder stands strong.
Shot there from Parks Wallace, the defender, got a good chance on the attack. Oklahoma's going to switch units, put the shorthand unit out. We've got Caden Glass, Bells out there. Looks like Kagan and Ryan Carr on the defensive side for this faceoff.
Sooners got to kill this one off. 90 seconds remaining on it. One back by the Tide. Ellis across. Here's a floating shot that Payne will grab and swallow up.
Tyler Zent on the long shot that time. So I'm in the penalty box a couple times earlier in this game, but he's kind of cooled his head down, and he's made some good plays here for Alabama over the course of the last period.
Back to action now. .52 to go in regulation time. Minute 10 on the power play as this one cleared back out of the zone. And Oklahoma will get a unit change out. Tide brings some new forwards onto the ice here. Power play halfway through. And Oklahoma trying to withstand one more rush from the Tide. This one into the zone onside. Kagan played it back towards the blue line. It's clear towards the blue line. Once again, shot just wide of Grayson Payne. Fake shot from up top, now clear back into the corner from Caputo. This one wraps around the zone, back out, no danger for the Sooners here.
Alabama almost had a chance there on that deflection, but Luke Ellis wasn't able to get to it. It'll stay 2-0. Alabama slowly evening up that shots on goal counter, only 5 short of the Sooners right now.
There's a big hit from the Sooners as Payne delivers one right along the sideboards, and the Tide will bring it back out. 15 to go on the power play. As Payne takes a spill to make a play. Another big hit at the blue line. McDonald delivers one as he stands up Garrett Connor, who has the most recent goal tonight. Payne wraps one around, and that will do it for the power play. Davison out of the box, and he wins the race to the puck. Tristan Davison stops up. He's got Wolk in the slot. Centers at Porter. Wolk couldn't get the shot away. He fanned on the backhand.
Davison came straight out of the penalty box, almost made the play. Shot there from Davison, no good.
McDonald now watches one go into the corner for Wolk. Wolk tried to play it back in deep. And it's centered back out. Davison couldn't get a shot away. McDonald tried to drive in. The puck skitters over his head and back out to center. Best now. Head uphill survey and charge past center ice. Chip one opposite corner where Fodrell, the first one in white there, watches it skitter around the boards. Got a piece of it to slow it up as Mott seals off the blue line. See him in the bottom corner of your screen there, watching for that puck to come free. As now Blake joins the fray. That's Charlie Blake. Wolf brings it into the corner, able to get free now. Chips it back up to the point. Wolf is there. Wolf shot on the ice and saved by Jacobs.
Sooners have had some great chances in this third period, really hurt by their handling of the puck. We've seen a couple pucks come loose. A couple players just miss it with the stick while trying to get what could have been goals for Oklahoma. They're going to be something they need to work on here in the latter 2/3 of this period as they continue to try to claw back into this game. Still being shut out by Perry Jacobs in net for Alabama.
A 35-shot shutout so far as a shot off the draw, make it 36.
Fodrell unable to convert on that one right into the pads of Perry Jacobs.
We'll re-rack him and try again here as Glass off the face-off, watches it bounce into the sideboard. Spear works it free now. Spear drives on the forehand. His shot rips an Alabama stick free, and the Sooners play it back below the goal line. This up towards the blue line where Wolf lets it go free. He'll play it defensively. He and Motts give chase. No risk of icing here. Tide get a partial line change. One new defenseman onto the ice. A turnover below the net as Motts took a spill. Got checked from behind, lost his footing, and now out in front of Grayson Payne. He patted it away. Sent back on to Payne. A rebound loose out in front. He's able to clear it and swallow it up. And a flurry of dangerous chances here after the power play expires for Alabama.
Sooners going to make a full line change here on the attacking end. They've got Monticelli, Payne, and Bells out for this defense. Joey Petrick's going to take the face-off for Alabama. We'll see what he can do.
Petrick been dangerous tonight, but they've held him off the score sheet. Sent back to the point now. Here's a shot up high, got blocked in front. I think Monticelli got a piece of that one. Played it off the shoulder pad, and now takes a spill along the sideboards. Loose once again. This shot onto Payne. He'll save it and play it back out. That was Petrick. Bells at center ice now. It couldn't work his way through two Bama defenders. Played back into OU territory again for Carr. Carr giving chase. He'll turn. Try to skate away as it's sent back out in front of Grayson Payne. Monticelli now. Monticelli out to center. This one is tipped by an OU stick. Right past center ice. No risk of icing, but the Tide turn him back over again. Here's Petrick one more time. He'll play it opposite corner, off for a line change. Three new forwards out for the Tide, led by Trevor Reiser, who's also been dangerous. This one played up Imala, couldn't get a piece of it, and this will be icing in Tide territory. 12:02 to go now in regulation time. It'll come back to Grayson Payne's right side after the Sooners couldn't get a piece of this one past center ice.
New lines came out for both sides there. Imala coming onto the glass, or onto the ice, along with Glass in number 12. It looks like Glass will be the one who takes his face-off, pairing up against Trevor Reiser from Alabama.
Back to the point now. Sent in deep. Glass giving chase, and he'll turn over the Tide here in deep. Glass trying to work it free into his own slot. A dangerous play, but he's able to work it out of the zone. Here's Carr leading the rush. Carr works in onside, tried to leave it for Glass. No, he's blown dead. And the near side linesman will say they were offside.
Sooners got 11 minutes, 43 seconds here to avoid the shutout, and they just haven't had the same attacking just kind of prowess that they had in that first period. Only about 4 shots on goal so far in the third as they look to even this up.
And that was with the benefit of a partial power play as Wolk right off the draw sends one high. It bounces back behind Jacobs. Wolk again has some space to work with. Plays it back to the point for Motts. Motts, D-to-D, McDonald couldn't handle it. Bounces off the backhand. Wolk now reloads. A backhand shot on the net, but bounces off to the side. Here's Davison now. Davison has it sprung free from him. And the Tide back out to center. Trevor Reiser leading the rush. Reiser on his backhand into the zone. One-on-one with Motts into the corner now. Motts gets some support from Davison, who charges in from his forward spot. And it's played back out to the point. There's some contact in the far corner as Motts trying to get his stick free. No call here, and both players back to their feet. Logan Motts, he'll cross center ice, has Aaron Best on the wing, and shoots one into the glove of Jacobs.
You saw Austin Fink and Ben Wilcoxon on there for that attack before that one. Those two have really been huge on the defensive end for the Frozen Tide all game long. They've been two of the main reasons why this game is still scoreless. They were great on the power play, and they were great right there, pressuring Oklahoma and getting that puck going back the other way with Reiser.
This Alabama team, part of a reformed division in the southeastern part of the country. A bunch of new teams jumping up to the D1 level. North Carolina State, Louisville among them. As always look forward to Midnight Madness between Louisville and Kentucky, one of the best rivalry matchups in all of college hockey, never mind club hockey. Back to the task at hand here. Fodrell across center ice, enters the zone, ruled offside again. And some more extracurriculars as, I don't know if someone didn't hear the whistle or just continued to play on. Linesmen break this one up and will play on without needing any extra calls. There's what started it, was the late shot from Fodrell after the whistle.
Yeah, Carson Spear and Brendan Wolf both came flying in there. Brendan Wolf, we saw him on the ice a lot in the first game of this series, has played a little bit of a reduced role so far today, but he's been good when he's out there on defense right now with Kagan.
Contested draw. The Sooners won it back to the side, but the Tide jump on it quickly. This is sent back out to center ice. Right below us, you see Kagan. Plays it into the zone. Losing an edge now was Max Owens. Owens loses it. Imala, tight turn. Plays it up to the point. This one across for Kagan as the Sooners apply some pressure. Kagan shot on the ice. A juicy rebound. Goes wide of every Sooner stick. Imala now back to Kagan again. Kagan holding onto that puck, shoots one into the chest of Jacobs.
Got some more pushing and shoving over here. Balcom getting into it with an Alabama player down there.
And if you're the Sooners here, no harm in trying to draw a penalty after the play, but don't get one yourself.
Yeah. Penalties have really killed this Oklahoma team. Like I said earlier, both goals have come with Sooners down a man, so they really cannot afford to have a penalty as they try to tie this game back up. Can't waste any time on the shorthand.
Tide have caught back up in the shots on goal department as well. 39-32 as it stands. Still 2-0 where it counts as we get into the final 10 minutes here of period number 3. Payne makes a nice play on the forecheck to keep the puck in the offensive zone. The Sooners play it back into the corner now. Here's Carson Glass. Tries to work it to the point. He's sandwiched by 3 Tide defenders. So it comes out. Monticelli. Monticelli's shot gloved by Jacobs.
That was a good chance there, but that was a great save from Jacobs. More of what he's been able to do all night. These longer shots really haven't been working for the Sooners. Even when they try to shoot it in through traffic, Jacobs is doing a great job of tracking it. You saw it right there. You've seen it on the last few shots from Oklahoma. It's just been a great game for number 32 for Alabama.
Contested draw. Best tried to get it away. They'll take a hit to make the play at center ice. Tide come away with it as Carr lays the body big time. The play is offside, and take a look at this hit.
Will Caputo for Alabama went down big time there on the hit by Carr. Look at that.
Plays the shoulder through the body. It's a clean hit, and Caputo back to his feet, which is the best news of all here, but a highlight play for Carr, who, if the Sooners are going to get back into this one, he's probably going to be a big part of it.
They'll come off now. They'll put Donaldson on there.
So McDonald and Motts, the defensive pairing here, as Motts pausing out of the air. A stinger right to the palm. That unpadded part of the glove. He plays it back out to center. Wolk intercepts one. Best charging towards the net for backup as Wolk sends it just wide. Best takes a spill now. Davison tries to work it free. Come back up to Motts now. Motts in, tipped on by Davison. Trying to work it loose. He couldn't put it on. Now another high shot goes over the net. Best lays a big hit on. He's going to get called for a penalty here behind the play as Caputo once again goes down. He's up to his feet a little bit slowly, however, this time. Back to the bench under his own power. See it on the right side of your screen there. Best got the numbers. And the call is elbowing right below us.
That'll put the Sooners on the shorthand at a critical point in this game. Only 8:44 left to go. They still need to find 2 goals if they're going to try to get their way back into this one, and the shorthand is not going to help. They've got some of their better attacking players on, some of the players who've been out there the most this game. Carson Spear out on that wing. We'll see what they can do now.
Sooners back to the PK here. Alabama has scored up a man earlier tonight. It's played back into the Tide territory now. Parks Wallace will settle it down behind his own net and leave it for Trevor Reiser. Reiser with a full head of steam. He'll cross the blue line onside. Tried to play it to his backhand, had it stripped away as Carson Spear looks for a teammate and elects to go the other way with it.
Reiser's breakaways have been a real X factor for Alabama this game. He's able to really just disrupt Oklahoma with those charges into the opposing end. One of the fastest players on the ice out here. He's shown it all night long.
One of those new freshmen that Alabama brought on, and back to what we were talking about with those new teams at the D1 level, don't be surprised if one of them makes a run towards the tournament. Remember that every conference champion gets an auto bid to the ACHA tournament. Here's a turnover at center ice. Charlie Blake has a tough time handling it, settles it down. Out in front for Spear, he couldn't handle that one. Now the Tide turn it back the other way. A partial odd man rush develops. Garrett Connor now will drive in. Connor tries to evade Kagan. It's played back towards the blue line. Carr rips it free now. Blake again plays it to Carr. Carr on his own drives in offensively. Taken down by 2 Alabama players, and he'll skate back off for a partial change. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. Bring it back up through neutral ice now. Shuley back behind the net on his backhand. He'll spin on Carr. Takes a spill to make the play. Back up to the point now. Held onto by Owens. Owens this way. Lewis, a shot went just wide. Or Ellis, excuse me. Check it. Ellis has shot a big test there, but the Sooners able to stand up to it. And sent back into OU territory with 16 to go on the power play, 6:56 in regulation time. Nate Payne holds it along the boards right at center ice. He'll head into the attacking zone with Glass. Payne evades the body. Puts it back behind netminder Perry Jacobs. With 6:42 to go in the game, the Sooners are back to full strength. Best back out onto the ice, and he'll join the forecheck. Glass has to evade his stick. Fink brings it back into the offensive zone for Alabama. Now Petrick. Petrick fights it free in the corner, and he'll work to the far sideboards now. A one-man show as Joey Petrick brings it into the corner, centers it out in front, no shot available, as Fink puts one on, goes well wide. Best puts it back out. Best takes a big hit, and this will be a penalty on Alabama. Aaron Best was leveled on the far side. McDonald's not happy about it. And looks like everybody is all right, and the man who laid the hit, Dylan Drevny, comes up the worst from it.
Aaron Best is going to head back to the bench here. They might need him in the game to make this comeback here. 2 goals from him yesterday.
Here's that replay for you as Best played the puck and had played it back out to center before he was checked. Looks like Drevny is all right as well. So both players back up to their feet and okay to continue. 6:15 to go, and the Sooners a critical power play to try to crack the Bama defense here and get back into this hockey game. It'll be Spear to take the draw, flanked by Davison and Wolk. Caught up in the skates of everybody right at the face-off dot, and it comes back out towards the point. Kagan. Kagan elects to play this one deep in for Davison. Davison on the backhand to Spear. Spear along the ice. Kagan winds and shoots one, picked out of the air by Jacobs.
Another glove save there for Perry Jacobs. We've seen a lot of those tonight out of number 32. What a game he's having. If Alabama gets the win here tonight, it won't be entirely on him, but he'll have played maybe the biggest part in it with 41 saves on the night. No goals conceded.
Sooners getting goalied at Arctic Edge. Just under 6 minutes to try to crack the scoreboard here. Back to the power play. The Tide win the draw back, and Parks Wallace clears the zone. Wallace able to play it back behind Grayson Payne. Payne settles it down, plays it past a Tide defender, back out where Spear is there. Spear on the forehand for Kagan. Kagan spins away, he'll gain the zone. Slows his roll, plays it across, looking for Davison, bounces off the sideboards, and back out to center ice. 1:20 left on the Sooner power play.
Only 5:30 left to go in the game here for the Sooners. They're going to look to get something going real quick. Kagan pass up to Payne right there.
Payne enters the zone. He'll slow up here and look for a friend. Plays it on the backhand for Glass. Tristan Glass in deep now for Fodrell. Plays it up, Payne, all the way across Carr. Had a shooting lane, elects to pass back across Fodrell. Fodrell walks along the ice, tipped out in front. Carr is there for the rebound. What a save! Perry Jacobs with a beauty out in front.
Another great save for Perry Jacobs to keep Oklahoma scoreless now with under 5 minutes left in the game. One thing I've seen, I saw it right there, I've seen it a couple times, is Oklahoma really struggling with the puck handling in the attacking zone. It's kind of neutered a couple chances they've had. Happened again right there.
Under a minute to go on the man advantage. That was the Sooners' best chance of it. Looking for some help from the freshman on the back end, and he nearly pocketed one to have the Tide advantage. 4:59 to go, and Tristan Glass back to the face-off dot. Austin Fink told to back off a little bit, and we do get the puck dropped here. Bauckham right off the draw plays it. Here's Fodrell. Fodrell, that one goes high of everything, and Payne settles it down. Payne up to the point again for Carr. Carr walking, shooting, tipped out in front. Rebound is there, and it goes just wide. That one goes off of Payne's stick. It'll slowly come back into OU ice here with 30 seconds left on the power play. Into the zone now, Bauckham. Bauckham along the ice, poked back out for Glass. Glass takes a spill into the corner. He's held down for the moment as Spear works it free. Carson Spear out for Fodrell. Fodrell walking along the ice, got tipped wide. 4:21 to go now as Carr drives in deep. Carr is centered out in front. Rebound is there and poked back out by the Tide defense. I think that was Petrich that got a piece of it. Power play is expiring. Fodrell chipped it into the corner, couldn't find a friend, and Alabama has withstood another Sooner power play. Held in the zone onside. Fodrell lowers the shoulder, couldn't work his way around Fink, but the Sooners keep the attack on for the moment. Fodrell shot and swallowed by Jacobs.
45 shots on goal for Oklahoma, and all 45 saved. They've really kept the pressure on Alabama here in these last 7 minutes, but it has been 4-0. No results to show for it. Still 2-0 Frozen Tide.
Oklahoma looking for a late answer. Under 4 to go now, as you mentioned. And we have a whistle early on. Looks like the door opened on the backside of the ice.
You don't see that every day.
One guarantee in the ACHA is you will see something you've never seen before on the hockey rink every time you tune in. 20 plus free broadcasts this year on OU Hockey TV. Hope you join us for every single one of them, or in person here at Arctic Edge Arena. You can find more information about tickets online at ouhockey.com and help support the OU Hockey Club here down in Norman, but in Edmond tonight.
Line change for Oklahoma. They're going to have Wolk take this face-off. Fodrell out there on the wing, along with Blake.
Off the draw, Wolk trying to drive it forwards. Bounces back off the wall from Motts and plays in for Payne. Grayson Payne settles it down. McDonald now. It evades Bauckham back to the point. Here's a shot, bounced out, rebound loose in the slot, and Grayson Payne will wisely just melt that one down.
Nearly a nice rebound shot there for Alabama, but they couldn't get all of the puck, and it was pretty easy save there for Payne in goal. Time continues to tick down. 3.5 minutes left for the Sooners to try to get a rally and get something going. New line out once again. One of their starting lines. They've got Davison, Spear, Carr, all playmakers out here trying to make something happen late.
Fatigue starting to set in too, as well as Davison, a full head of steam across, a partial 3-on-2. Tries to play it between two tight defenders, and Fink breaks it up. Spear able to play it back across for Kagan. Kagan, his shot blocked. Davison now. Charlie Blake for Davison. He'll survey in front. Fodrell tipped him. Rebound goes just wide.
Doesn't get any closer than that for Carson Spear.
There's another try that goes just wide of the net. I think it got deflected out in front as Kagan watches it go into the corner now. Two Sooners jump on it. It's Spear. 2:53 to go in regulation time now. Oklahoma trying to break one free and get within one. Out in front, it's loose, and Davidson couldn't get a shot away. Got caught in his skates. The Tide clear it out. Oklahoma net is empty now, and 6 attackers on for Coach Arvanitis. Spear. That one loose, played back down by Alabama. Could be icing, but they win the race to the puck and bury it. Peter Kelly got there first, and that'll do it. 3-0 Alabama.
They pulled the goalie. They were desperate for a goal, and it ultimately ends up not working out as the goal is put right back in for Alabama to make it 3-0.
And Alex Kagan took a nasty spill. You see at the back end of our replay there. And he will struggle back to the bench under his own power after the Tide presumably ice it here in Edmond. Grayson Payne back out to his net here to get things started with 2:24 left in regulation play. And Mala had to go through his skates right off the draw. And plays back into Oklahoma territory. This one bouncing into the bench.
Oklahoma not giving it up. They're still trying to get something going, but Alabama's defense has been stifling all game. The starters are still in. Alabama has done a great job. Some of these guys out there right now, like Parks Wallace, have really shut them down.
Payne off the draw, melts one right down. So we'll re-rack it and try again. 2:19 left in the hockey game in Edmond. The Sooners recently put down by 3. The empty netter scored by Peter Kelly. As the Tide break one free again here in Oklahoma territory. McDonald plays it off the wall, back out to center. Bockham chases one down. And now gets into a bit of a shoving match there behind the play with Max Owens. Everyone breaks free, and it's back out to center ice one more time. Played all the way across for Fink now. Head up, knocks the stick out of McDonald's hand, but it deflects over to Mike Amala. Amala has it skate over his stick as Bockham delivers a big hit behind the play. He just leveled Peter Kelly. Kelly back to the bench as the Tide able to keep 5 skaters on. This one tipped into Oklahoma territory. No icing here. Now back behind OU net. Payne watches this one go to his left side. Chased down and played back to the point now. Below the net. A sharp angle shot off the crossbar. Monticelli plays it back out. 1:18 to go. Carson Glass, his head up, backhanded back to the point. A D2D pass, Wolf along the ice. Rebound there, but cleaned up well by Alabama and played back out to center again. This one bouncing. Wolf is there, got fought off the puck. As we reach 1 minute left here in the third period. Carson Glass will spin away, play it to his forehand, and chip one off the glass into center ice. Bells lays a hit behind the play that puts the puck back in Oklahoma hands with 43 to go. As the Sooners get one more line change in here, that will probably ice things in Edmond. Bells loses the puck in the offensive zone. One more chance for the Tide now. A backhand shot fought off by Payne, put on by Garrett Connor. Looking for his second of the night with 30 seconds left.
It's been a good game for Payne, but it's just been an incredible one for Perry Jacobs, who's really put this on ice for Alabama. Pushing and shoving in the middle there. Monticelli getting into it with Tyler Zent. We're going to have it blown dead.
I believe that's going to end up in a couple of penalties going both ways and some words from Garrett Cooper to the OU bench. So offsetting Roughing Miners with 20 seconds to go on the big board here at Arctic Edge.
Those will be on Tyler Zent for Alabama and Monticelli for Oklahoma. 19 seconds to go. And we'll stay 5-on-5 here for the last 20 seconds.
So 20 to go from Arctic Edge. It's played back into Alabama territory. Scooped up by Motts. Motts plays it into the offensive zone with 8 to go. He'll work it in. Gets a shot free, swallowed up by Jacobs. Trying to get one for dignity in the waning seconds. And exclamation point, Perry Jacobs.
Trying to break the shutout after 47 shots on goal, but it is just not happening for this Oklahoma attack. And Perry Jacobs going to take that puck, and he might as well take it home with him. Get the face-off with 4 seconds left. Oklahoma has Wolk as they will try to get something here to end the game off.
So 2 seconds and 1. Keep the puck, Perry Jacobs. What a performance in Edmond tonight, and what a weekend for a young Crimson Tide team who come on the road over 500 miles to play the Oklahoma Sooners and leave OU at 1-2-1 on the season.
Alabama ran out of the bench and immediately all went over to hug Perry Jacobs after that incredible performance from him today.
Want to thank everybody who tuned in to watch with us here this evening on OU Hockey TV as both teams set for the handshake line at center ice. 9:30 Central Time if you're watching with us here in Edmond, and if you are, wishing you a safe drive home wherever it may be. If you're online with us on OU Hockey TV, I want to thank you for tuning in and wish you a great end to your weekend.